Hey everyone, what's going on? Alpha here. Today I figured I'd go over something that a lot of people talk about. It's how to make God setups, basically, in Blackhawk Rescue Mission 5. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to pick a good gun. I recommend using like the G36C, the Mark 18, the M4A1, the C7A2, the ASVAL, the FAL. Not the SCAR because of its mobility. I don't know, the FAL's worse, but I guess it depends. It depends on what you're used to, is what I'm saying. So I'm gonna, for example, use the AK-103. Now, the first thing that you always want to do is get a handguard and put Stubby Grip on it. Stubby Grip is the key. It literally deletes your recoil from existence. Now, what you want to do is you want to get a red laser, because in the case that you don't have an optic and you want to run iron sights, and you mess that up, you're gonna want your laser so you can aim down sights. It's just in case, I don't know. It's complicated. You can also pick the flashlight if you're playing just darker, lower brightness. And then there's the IR laser, which is just bad. You literally need night vision to see the laser, so it's useless. So, pretty much the best option here is the red laser. Now, what you want to do is you want to pick a stock that isn't going to block too much of your camera in third person. So for the AK-103, I'm not going to use fixed stock, because this will cover up my camera a tiny bit. I'm going to use the folding stock because it's more of a stick, while this is a block and so is this. So we'll use folding for this. Now, what you want to do is you want to stay above 0.8 mobility unless your gun has lower than that by default. So for this, I'm not going to use the 50x mag, I'm just going to use the 30x mag. Now, what you want to do is you want to pay attention to your stats as you change up your weapon. So, long barrel for this, it decreases my range for some reason, but it increases my velocity by a ton, meaning that I'm going to have a lot less bullet drop. While short barrel does the opposite, it just literally decreases both. So the best one for this would be long barrel. Now, depending on how loud your gun is, you may want a suppressor, you may not. If you're doing more PvP, I would recommend a suppressor just to hide your position better. And if it's an AK platform, I recommend not using an optic. It's just a lot better because of its iron sights. You want to pay attention to your damage along with your barrel. For example, I'll be using the G36. If I put an extended barrel, my damage goes down, but it can still stay at 3-shot. That's good. You always want to be able to 3 or 4 shot players. With short barrel, that damage goes more up, but there's no point because it doesn't increase in abilities of being able to 1, 2 shot, 3 shot. So, what you'd want to do is keep extended barrel because you have more range along with more velocity, but you keep the same stats of damage, meaning you can 2-hit headshot and 3-kill torso, arm, and leg. Now, scope-wise, I would recommend the Comp M4 if you prefer circle sights, because it's literally just a circular red dot. I prefer circle sights over square sights like this one, but this does have quite a lot of border, so using the MRO would be more ideal, but still has a lot of border. Therefore, the EOTech would be ideal for this, but I don't know, the MRO is very useful because of its optic. It's just a smaller EOTech. Now, the reason why you should be using circle sights over other sights is because it's just a lot smaller, as you can see here, and it won't take up as much room as you're walking. You never know when you could just stumble across somebody and not see them because your scope is too big and it covers them up. Also, this is so cursed. Another thing is never use drum mags unless you're confident that you have the ability to camp properly. The 50x mag is different though, but back to circle sights. People say that having a square sight gives you more room, which is kind of true about your optic area, but it does take up quite a bit here. Now I have a circle sight instead of a square sight, and I can see a lot more down here. I can see a lot less around these edges, but I do keep the same reticle as the EOTech for some reason, so that's why I'd prefer the MRO over the EOTech. Now the AK-74U recently got buffed, so the setup for this gun that I would really recommend using is the Zentico stock, the B11 handguard, the Chimera 300, the Stubby Grip, the red laser, the 50x mag because it simply puts your mobility to 0.9 and it gives you 50 shots, which is great. I would recommend using iron sights, but if you do want a scope, then use the Comp M4. It's a very good sight. Now, my main gun that I use is the AK-103. I use the B10 handguard with Stubby Grip, red laser, extended barrel, Chimera 300, folding stock, and that's it. That's just what I use. The only attachments that affect my gameplay are just Stubby Grip, red laser, and extended barrel. My secondary is the CZ75. Now, for pistols, you really want to pay attention to your stats. So the M9 has the ability to 3-hit at least. The Glock 22 can at least 4-hit. The Deagle can at least 2-hit, which is incredibly good. And the Makarov can at least 4-hit. The Browning High Power can at least 3-hit, and it almost one-shot headshots, so you can pretty much typically one-hit kill. I don't know, but it has very, very, very fast fire rate. In my opinion, this is the best pistol in the game. However, if you're looking for highest DPS, the M9 would be the way to go. Now, if we look at these recoil, M9 is 40, Glock 22 has 20, the Deagle has 65, the Makarov is 20, and the Browning High Power is 25. As well as the CZ75 having 20. I forgot if I already went over that. Now, setups that you should be using. Now, the M9 does have an extended barrel option. So, you want to, once again, pay attention towards your ammo capacity and just make sure that you'll keep your 3-hit kill. And you do. So this is a good setup, having extended barrel on the M9. Put on your suppressor. And for pistols, you always use the extended mag. Row mounts are optional, but this is pretty much a souped out M9. For the CZ75, you always want to use the magazine grip and the extended barrel, along with the sight mount and the red dot if you prefer sights, but I don't use that because I really like its iron sights. And you should also be using the extended magazine. This is literally just an AK, but better. Now, you may be wondering why I'm saying to put extended barrel on it if it removes your 4-hit kill. You'll see why. First off, just before I get into this match, I'd like to thank... Okay. Before we get into this match, I'd like to thank you guys, a lot for the amount of support lately. I've been keeping up this daily upload streak, and I'm pretty happy with it. I also did a 10-hour stream, so that was pretty cool. So the fire rate of this is insane. That's 5 shots already. So yeah, again, this video is mainly useful for PvP. In open world, you should always use the short barrel for more damage. Unless you have an XM2010, then use extended barrel because you can still one-hit kill. So yeah, basically, more damage is short barrel, but it gives you a lot less range normally. You should be using the extended barrel on snipers, the short barrel for rifles in open world. For PvP, you should always be using the extended barrel. Unless your gun has to keep its blank shot ability, then don't use it. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Uh-oh. Oh god, hit him 3 times and one of them was a headshot. I don't know how he's alive. So yeah, go ahead and make sure to subscribe, like the video, helps a lot. Me when hit registration. I just literally got shot through it, entire wall. Can you not, some people say that the Benelli M4 is, insanely broken, which it is, but what I would do is just not use it. It's not super good. It's only good if you have a ton of practice on the gun. I have probably, 5 hours on this gun, which isn't a ton. Talking about not the CZ. I have, a lot on the CZ. I'm talking about the Benelli M4, so I don't know. The Benelli M4 is decent, but yeah, anyways, as I'm saying, that's all for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.